guys, it's your girl Sierra and it is my baby Jayden, and welcome back to my channel. So for today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've always watched these videos on YouTube and those are like the mukbang. How do you say it, babe?
I don't even know.
Muk something. I don't know. We just eating on camera, and we're going to share a highly requested topic that you guys have asked me so many times since we recently moved across the country, and that is basically just like, how the hell did we do it? How did we just pick up from New Jersey and move all the way to Las Vegas? And what has happened since we moved here, especially with like the pandemic and everything going on. So I figured that we'll sit here today, we'll eat some food because May and I have did so much adulting today, so we are starving. So we're definitely going to be eating some Chons. So we picked up some Chons. Babe, what did we get? We got wings. We got boneless wings.
Boneless wings today.
Yes, so we got half and half boneless wings. And if you guys have never heard of Chons, basically it's Korean fried chicken. And it is so good, you guys. Like we had this back in the East Coast. Originally, if you guys live in like Jersey, definitely go to Philly and get this. Chons, it's like a kind of like a nightclub in a way. It's a really Korean barbecue chicken spot, but it's chill there. So it's different everywhere you go. Here in Vegas, it wasn't like a nightclub, but they still got bomb food. So we had to celebrate today because today, like I said, we did some adulting. I'm so hungry. Let's get some food because before we get into this, we got a lot to talk about today, guys. So let's get some food. Where's my forks? Got fork? And sorry guys if I keep sniffling. I got allergies like crazy, so I'm sorry.
We've been outside all day today, and it's the first time we've been home.
Right.
First time, well, not our first time sitting down, but relaxing as we're sitting.
It's been a lot.
It's been a stressful day.
Very stressful day, but very exciting day at the same time. For today's video, like I said, we wanted to talk about basically our entire move from New Jersey to Las Vegas, why we do it, what initiated, how it went. Cause guys, it was a lot. This is so good. We got some shrimp shumai. Shumai.
And they give you like this honey mustard sauce. Oh, it's so good. But
it's like a fried, I'm sorry, I'm talking my mouth full. That's what mukbangs are for. It's like a fried ball with like shrimp and just shrimp.
Yeah, it's like a wonton.
It's like a little fried wonton with shrimp in it. It's so good. And the sauce is really good.
I think it's like a wonton. I'm not trying to offend any.
Yeah, we're not sure, but
I'm not sure, but it's good.
It's so good. It's literally just fried on the outside with like wonton type breading, and it has like mushed up shrimp inside, and it's just good with like this honey mustard sauce.
But you could get it fried or you could get it
steamed.
I
I like it steamed too. It kind of just reminds me of like a shrimp steamed dumpling. So yeah, it's really good.
Really good. We just wanted to make this video to update you guys because the last time we talked to you, what were we even doing? We were doing a lot.
It's been like since COVID and just quarantine, just what is life? What is time? Where are we? Let's start off with what initiated us to just move to Vegas in the first place. So
I mean, first, cost of living, obviously.
Right, cost of living, that's one.
Completely different.
If anyone lives in Jersey, y'all know it's just expensive to leave Jersey. It's expensive to live there.
$12,000 for a shoebox.
Yeah, seriously.
And you might not get any windows.
And crazy neighbors. People don't care. But besides that, I feel like the cost of living, also the lifestyle too. So like, you know, we're both entrepreneurs, but I'm a freelance makeup artist. So it's like on the East Coast, there's definitely a market for it, but also you have to take into consideration the type of services that I'm providing. So my type of makeup, I do more creative design. It's not something that I can see flourishing more so on the East Coast. Hence why I was like, all right, we definitely got to get to the West Coast, but like how, where? And we had a event out here. We came out here for a business trip, and as soon as he brought me out here, you guys, I fell in love. I was like, babe, can we just move here today? Like, why are we not living here? Like, if you guys never been to Vegas, like, pictures don't do it justice. You just gotta come here. Like, it is just absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like what really sold me on it was just like the people out here. Like, the livelihood is just different. People have different mindsets. They're not so closed-minded and limited. Like, I feel like just the mindset and the vibe is just a lot different out here.
Definitely. Even though we're just still getting our feet on the ground here, just like she said, the people are a lot different. They're actually genuinely excited about hearing our story and stuff like that. she's already getting people interested in becoming one of her clients, and it's crazy.
And just like word of mouth, and just the fact that like I keep the mindset that people always visit Vegas at least one time in their lifetime. Like, you don't know who you're going to encounter out here, and it's so exciting. Like, just to be 5 minutes from the strip and then be in complete silence, like, that is something that's amazing to me. Like, to be so close to the city where the action, when, you know, all the energy is, and just being so close to, like, you know, something that still feels like homey. That was very important to me, and I love that about the city, to be honest. You have to have like that understanding of what you want in order to make a big jump like this. Definitely. And I feel like that's what really just kept us on the right path. Like, I feel like if we didn't have a set plan on what we wanted, we didn't know exactly what we were gonna get, but we know what we wanted. But I definitely felt like that helped us a lot. I'm eating, but you know I gotta eat slow. I have BSG, y'all, so we eat slow in these streets. But I got my little 3 pieces of fried chicken, if y'all was wondering what Sierra's got. Got little 3 pieces. They're like little boneless chicken, little nugget things. They're so good though. It's like half and half. It's soy garlic and sweet crunchy, so it's really good.
And they make a lot of other Vietnamese things.
That's another thing.
Oh, Korean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Korean. Not Vietnamese, babe.
I know. I'm so used to pho. We love pho and bubble tea, and we just love Asian food in general. But this is definitely a top recommended spot that you guys just need to check out.
Definitely. It is so good. Like, and that's another thing. The food out here in the West Coast, you are not disappointed. Like, since we've been in quarantine, we've been ordering Grubhub like crazy, and I just haven't been disappointed. Like, yes, DoorDash, all of them. But let's get back on topic, because I feel like we're just gonna be all over the place. This type of video is just really just a chill video.
This is like just a conversation with friends.
Yeah, like,
pretty much.
Real chill.
Just
we
want to catch you guys up, and let you know we're still alive, we're still here, we're still hanging on, we're still going.
Right. Because I know you always like, wait, weren't you going to Vegas? What happened? Did you just die? Like,
literally, we did not.
No.
I'm sure like a lot of people did not expect this whole new normal that we have going on right now.
COVID was crazy. Let's go back into like the whole moving process. So we talked about moving here. We decided to move here just because we felt like cost of living, business-wise, would just be smarter. We could definitely flourish more with our businesses. We could definitely do more with like getting a house and having children and getting you know, situated with our animals. We want bigger dogs. We want so many more animals. We want to definitely branch out and just do so much more. And we felt like the West Coast was offering that for us. And I was just so happy when I said to him, I was like, all right, so basically what initiated the move was like something, just a turn of events in life. We just actually unexpectedly came into, you know, some good money. And like, when I say good money, it wasn't like everything to fund our move. It was just something that was like, you know, that extra little, like, it was a little chunk change. And if I say chunk change, let me be real with you guys. It was like $3,000. So it's like $3,000 that just fell in our lap. Just, I'm not going to explain where it came from, but whatever. Got that, and we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go hard. Let's focus. Let's bust our asses and work our asses off. Sell everything we have, and let's just start over. And let's just do it. And we did it. And it was the most exciting thing to think about. I was like, oh my God, 3 months. I'm about to be living in Vegas. I was like, babe.
The countdown was like, it took way too long.
It took too long, and it was crazy because it was like 3 months to come up with $15,000. That was basically what it was. And I was like, you know what? I said, if we're going to do it, we're going to do a business trip. And that's something that I definitely recommend for you guys, is if you have a vision to like move somewhere, like especially if it's across the country, a different state that you've never been to, definitely fly out there like maybe a couple months prior so you can go ahead and get like a view for that particular area. So grateful. I'm giving a huge shout out to Jenny King. She's our realtor. Honestly, if you want me to be real with you guys, we didn't end up getting a house just because of the whole COVID situation, like just timing and everything like that. Like, we're gonna explain more in depth. We ended up selling for a apartment for about 7 months, which is amazing. You can get a shorter lease. And we love it. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. It's so big. We have all the space to do all the things that we plan to do, which is why we settled with this just temporarily. But I'm just so happy because we did it together. Like, yes. I just...
Believe us, guys. It was scary.
It was so
scary. There were
scary.
things we were uncertain of.
Oh
there were things that we thought we planned well enough for that ended up not happening at all.
Right.
We did have to, you know, fall on our face and get right back up again.
Right.
But it's like she said, having a really strong reason as to why you're doing it. We were thinking long term. And
Right.
there's a lot of things that we want for our lives and in our lives, and it's just we just had to be in the right place. And
Sorry.
we weren't.
Sorry if you hear noises in the background. Our cats.
Our cats are always
they
acting
wildin'.
up. Those are our
They be
bad children.
wildin'. They the bad ones.
They're the bad kids, but
Yeah. If you guys are just wondering, like, cost-wise, in terms of like how did we set like how much it would be like in order to make this move happen. I just rough estimated at first. Remember, we were just like, I'm gonna say just $10,000,
Right.
just right off the bat.
Right.
But then
we priced out.
we priced out everything, and I went crazy. Like that's a super crazy thing. I know this is the strangest mukbang ever because this girl's not eating. I'm not eating. I'm just sitting here talking.
I know, me too. I'm not eating.
But I can't really eat and talk too much because
Same, yeah.
my stomach,
But
it's small.
I give her all the props. She's the planner. She's the one that always has to make sure we have, you know, A, B, C, D all lined up,
EFG.
written out. Make sure we have a little money for this, a little money for this, a little extra just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely give Sierra all the props for that. She did a great job with planning everything.
Thanks, bro.
Making sure we were going to be okay. Because my crazy ass, I just am like, let's do it. And I don't even think about the
Let's do it.
consequences. But
It was a lot, you guys. It was
a lot.
he
Put in
he
extra
joked.
hours.
He joked at me. He was like,
Sold some
"You
stuff.
planning a lot? Like you doing all of that? Like why are you writing all of that?" I'm just like,
Yeah, us guys, we're simple.
babe. I said, listen. You never know. Like first of all, we moved across the country, you guys, and had no idea where we were going. Like we had a vision. Like okay, we kind of want to live in this part of Vegas, kind of away from this. Don't want to be around them, but. We had no idea. We didn't say like, okay, we didn't buy a house before we moved. No, we literally packed up our entire 28-foot long RV with our entire lives, all of our clothes, all of our belongings.
2 dogs, 2 cats, 3 fish. Only 1 fish made it, but
One of the fish died.
No.
But hey, like listen, just so you know, if you guys are ever considering traveling with animals, be very mindful that it's crazy. Make sure that you have enough space. I definitely will say one thing. It was very overwhelming to be in an RV with no freaking space. Like when I say, like if you guys watch, I'll tag our couples channel down below. We have some vlogs so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Literally, we're packed to a freaking T, like to the brims with clothes. But we had them like properly packaged, but we just had no space to move. Right. It was just very claustrophobic up in there.
I'm sure you've seen RVs on movies, commercials, whatever. They have that little eat-in sitting area.
Gone.
All that was full of our stuff. Our bed was full of our stuff.
Even the
Every
storage
night
area.
when we had to park, we had to literally move everything from one end of the RV to the other just so we could have our bed. But hey,
you would drive, things would fly off.
Oh yeah,
oh
that
my
was
God.
fun. We could be turning on the highway and everything come crashing down. Just make sure all the animals weren't squished and we were.
Oh my goodness.
You know.
We did a road trip. We traveled 11 states in 7 days. I think it was actually 6 days.
Because we wanted to get here a date. Big time.
I choke.
But we wanted to get here a date early just because as. Do you need some water?
Yeah. Babe, don't make fun of me when I die. That is not okay. You're supposed to make sure I'm good. This guy is casually strolling to get me the Gatorade. I could have been passed out on the floor
First of
by
all,
now.
I got 3 little munchkins under my feet. So.
Sheesh. We decided to rent a 28-foot RV. We wanted to do a 35-footer, 30 foot, but just financing and money and just all that, it was just a lot. Approximately
Total on the RV.
more.
So first, we did our research.
Right.
We searched every RV company that you can rent an RV from and travel across the country. A one-way.
Yeah, that's super important.
So,
make sure it's one way.
Yes, you want to look into that. Most places you have to call them to get a quote for that, and they will book it with you right then and there. So we decided to go with Cruise America. We looked into Road Bear. We looked into, I forget the other ones, but
There's so many.
just
YouTube.
read the fine print, because they'll charge you for mileage. They'll charge you for extra, dumping fees for the sewage and all kinds of different things. Generator, because that was for our water, our heat, and any electricity we used when we weren't running the car. You had to have a generator, or you had to plug into at the campsite.
And then also keep in mind, like, you want to save for just like unnecessary expenses. Like, for instance, I feel like we had to buy a hose for our dumping station.
Yeah, we had to buy an extension for
sometimes
the
they may reimburse you. Do keep that in mind, but you just always want to have like that extra stash of just in case, because like I said, we had no idea what could happen.
You had to buy special toilet paper. You had to buy special stuff to help keep the you have to make sure septic it's clean. Tank clean.
Oh, another thing, animal hair. Make sure you vacuum out your RV, because they will charge you a damn fee. Like
$200 just to clean it.
$200. I was just like, at that point, we just wanted to get rid of the RV. I was like, just take the damn RV away from me.
It was over at that point.
Guys, let me tell you, like, it was very exciting, invigorating, and especially just to do it with someone that you love so much. It's just the best thing in the world. Like, I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. Like, even though we bumped heads, because that's gonna happen. You're literally like you're packed in a damn RV, can't breathe, got these damn little animals. Like, come on, guys, let's be real.
They'd wake us up at 6 a.m. Like, it was all different kinds of things.
Very stressful.
Driving through
the states,
11 states in 6 days.
So beautiful.
Is, I feel like, the best way to see the country. Because anytime you fly over, it's like, oh, that's pretty, but you're all the way up in the air. We actually drove through the mountains, everything.
Like the Arizona. Oh, Arizona is like the most beautiful place to travel. You feel like a tiny little ant, but it's just so beautiful. Texas, love Texas. Texas, the people in Texas, so funny, so sweet. I love their southern drawl. Y'all are so like, just melts my heart. I just love it.
The way you tell stories,
like the different food.
That southern hospitality is real.
Right, like
food was amazing.
It was amazing. Everyone was really nice, and honestly, I want to talk about this because I feel like this is just something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's very important. It's something to keep in mind, and because a lot of my family members and just like friends, like they slightly mention these things, and traveling as not only biracial couple, but a gay couple at that, like, it's definitely something that we were, concerned about, like traveling through all these states across the country. And like I said, this was right before like COVID hit super bad, so it was just something that we were concerned about. But honestly, we didn't feel no types of disrespect. Everyone was so sweet, and it was just such an amazing experience. So we definitely like harped on that factor of it. Definitely loved the food. Oh, the food was so good. Tennessee, I don't know what's good, but y'all need some more Starbucks.
Yeah.
Get it together, because
that was an issue.
That was an issue. We obviously have a Starbucks issue. But in terms of just like getting back to like money and stuff like that, so I would say like for the RV, we probably paid about a little over $4,000 in total. Just about, and that is not necessarily for a week long. It was a little more than a week. I want to say approximately about a week and a half, because when we got out here, that's when we struggled. I feel like it's so important to share with you guys, because we did not expect that. So our plan is like, I say we master plan everything. We master plan, okay? We flew out 3 months prior in like October to look. We celebrated our anniversary. We were so excited. Our 3-year anniversary, his birthday. It was so beautiful. We had an amazing time. We met with our realtor for the first time. She showed us all the different parts.
But I mean, even back then, that 4-day trip we took, it was
different.
We had our bumps in the road there too. A couple of obstacles we hit. I think we shared that with you guys about.
Definitely check back the last videos about like checking out flights getting canceled. Like everything was working against us, and then COVID hit. You think that everything is against you, and then a damn pandemic hits the world. It's just like. It's like you either gonna sink or swim now.
It's really all comes down to mindset.
Really.
And really, that's the only thing you should be focusing on, is how you are mentally. Because I'll be honest, I freaked out and was stressed out about stupid little things that if I had just had faith, that the universe or God, whatever you guys call it, had, nothing but good things coming to us, that I would have not even thought about it. But
we talk about this all the time, and I feel like this has to do with a lot what's going on in the world too.
Right.
But when people having no control of certain situations,
it's scary.
It's scary.
Terrifying.
As hell. Guys, when I tell you this whole situation, I like literally, I messed myself up. Like I literally started punching the RV type of thing.
She was gonna hit me.
I got crazy because I was so stressed out. My mindset was not right because I was scared. I was dead terrified. I'm freaking, this is before my birthday, so I was 22 years old, moving across the country with someone that's never moved across the country before. So it's just like we never rode an RV. We have all these animals, and the uncertainty of not knowing where we're going to end up. Not that many people could say they could do that and not lose their shit, because I lost my shit. Okay.
It was scary.
It was so
especially
scary.
Towards the end, and especially because our original plan was to keep the RV for a certain amount of days, and that just didn't happen.
And we had to, honestly, when we say it didn't happen, it's like we had to keep the RV for longer days and stay in the RV parks at night to sleep and, you know, hook up and stuff like that while we were still in Vegas. So we were in Vegas for like 4 days before we actually found an apartment. And, you know, you can't get, not everywhere, but out here you just can't get an apartment a day. You gotta get, you know, wait for the approval process and things like that.
Right.
And the reason why we didn't end up getting a house is because of the situation that happened with the homeowner. So that's another thing. So like when you come out here, you know, if you're working with a realtor, had nothing to do with our realtor, but you know, sometimes certain situations happen with the homeowner, and in a pit of our stomach, we just didn't do it. And I live through intuition. We are very spiritual people, and we always talk about this. I'm like, babe, like I feel in my gut like something very strong. It just doesn't sit right. Like it just doesn't.
We're both working professionals. You know, we keep to ourselves. We don't have parties and get all crazy, have a bunch of people over. It's literally just the two of us.
I used to.
We used to, yeah. Of course, we might every once in a while have people we're meeting come over because we're making new friends out here. But it was just an issue with our privacy and our pet safety. So we just decided to go against it. And that whole process, it was like they were toying with us on our move-in day, when we could move in, and then there were issues within the house that we were interested in that just seemed like they just kept pushing back further and further. And it's like, we got these 4 animals and they need a place to go.
Right.
Because I knew I was about to start working, and she was still unsure about that, which is another thing.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. So like he had a job set in stone that he was going to transfer from his New Jersey position to Las Vegas. And the crazy thing, so grateful, so blessed for this one, like we even had to push his start date back.
Yeah.
Like that's how, like guys, when I tell you we got here, we had to cut our vacation aspect of our trip. Like we wanted to see the Grand Canyon.
Exactly.
We wanted to like, you know, take our time through Arizona and like, you know, certain spots. Like we wanted to see like the spot where this meteor hit and stuff like that. Just like we love to explore. So we wanted to do that and we couldn't. And I was so freaking devastated. But you know what? We're a couple hours away. We could just drive there now. But but it's just like we're so devastated, but we literally need to figure it out. Like we need to get here. I was like, babe, we just gotta get to Vegas and we need to figure out where we're living. We got all these animals, and I'd be damned if I'm homeless with these damn cats. Like I'd be damned, and my dogs.
And I was trying so hard to keep my cool just because I saw how stressed she was.
Oh my
but
God,
it just got to the point where I was about to break too. But then
guys, when I tell you, it literally just seemed like one after another. Like everything was just like setting us back, and once that happens to you, you get in the mindset of like, damn, like this is really happening to me. Like, is this ever supposed to happen? Like, am I supposed to move?
Right.
Because literally from day one, when we first took that business trip to go even look at homes and stuff like that, like we had all those fees, the unexpected canceled flight, we had to come out here, the car rental, and just all this money is just like going. But here's the thing, we always talk about this, and you know, it really opens up our eyes as adults to just like, you know, our relationship with money, and also like our spirit and our faith and things like that. Because looking back on how stressed we were so stressed, guys. Like I was screaming, I'm sitting there on the phone and like I'm shaking, I'm sitting here and like we're driving and I can't even like look out the window to just enjoy the view because I'm on my phone trying to scroll to find houses. Because literally within those 3 months from our business trip to our moving day, the market changed completely. Within literally an hour, the market jumped up $200, $300 on certain homes. Like on certain homes that we were looking at, and I'm just like, what? Little did we know, all the fires in California, the Raiders Stadium, Everybody was coming from Southern California, moving to Vegas within those months of us trying to move to Vegas from New Jersey. So we had a freaking shit show for us. Like literally, we were not expecting that. We were not expecting to not be able to find a home within our budget, because literally, like I said, 3 months ago we came out here, we found 4 homes. The first home our realtor showed, we fell in love with. We were like, we want this one today.
Sign the lease.
Let's go. Like, and then we come out here, we can't find nothing. We're like, what is going on? Everything's out of budget. And I'm just like,
it really shook us.
And just
in a lot of
give
ways.
you an idea of what we mean, like out of budget. Like, so in terms of back home, when we paid like almost $1,200 for a 1-bedroom apartment, a shoebox, like 1-level shoebox that had crazy neighbors. We had a washer and dryer, and that's about it. Like that was the only benefits of that. You couldn't even go into your parking lot without being scared, type of thing. So like out here, you get 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments for about the same price.
Or you can even get a house.
You can even get a house for about the same price. And you get a garage, you get washer, dryer, dishwasher, what else? Pools. I mean, out here, I feel like it's just almost a certain, like if you're ever looking for a home, it is high as hell. You need a pool.
The fact that we were putting out $1,200 a month,
it didn't make sense.
Well, here it seemed more reasonable,
right, for what you're getting,
than what we were getting back home, and that's why we tried to stay within that budget, because you were getting more for what you feel like you deserve,
right,
for the amount of money you're paying. So
exactly, like for what we're paying here is basically a little bit more than what we're paying back home, but out here we have so many more amenities, we have more space, we have a whole entire bedroom that, you know, we can actually work and film in, and it's like that was the whole point. It was like for us to figure out what was going to work better for us. And when we moved out here, like I said, just the houses, they're beautiful. Like they're pretty much, I want to say like the styles are very similar. Like when you go, you notice that a lot of them look the same, but the inside design is a lot different. So like in certain aspects out here, something my realtor taught me, which I think is a really good tidbit for you guys to know, is that a lot of like the newer style apartments and houses, they actually have the kitchen upstairs. So like if it's like a 2-level house, the kitchen is upstairs rather than downstairs, which I think is pretty cool. It's like, it's different. You got a little balcony to look off, and you know, the weather out here is gorgeous, so I enjoy the balconies. I know we mentioned about how much it would cost to like make a move like this happen, and like I said, in total, say about $15,000. And I know that seems like insane.
Oh, money. But that's combined.
It's
so
like combined between the both of us. And like I said, we literally poured our hearts and souls into this. Like we had a freaking set vision. We said we wanted this, we wanted that, and it's so crazy because as we look back on it, I look at him and I'm like, babe, everything that we said that we wanted is happening. Like manifestation is so powerful, you guys, and we harp on that so strongly.
That's why we said if there's something you want, go test drive it, go house shopping, go take a little what do they call them, open house tour, go get those free samples.
Even if it is like, oh my god, I can never do that, like if it's non-believable, that's when you really need to do it.
And that's why I was very grateful that she came with me on that first business trip, because that's something that my company focuses a lot on, is if you have a vision in your mind of something that you're dreaming about, you have to submerge yourself into it in order to really understand if it is for you.
Right.
So they do a lot of things like that. They rent mansions, they get the fancy cars, you know, all that stuff, just not to show off, but it's so that you can experience it and believe it's possible for yourself. And that's why we say having the right mindset around money and just the right mindset in general, just to keep your head on straight, is very important. Reading, listening to the right, you know, audios, even the music you listen to. These songs that are out here nowadays, it's scary what they talk about. Like, we're not even gonna get started on
We're not get into that.
She said that we saved up $15,000. You know, it might seem like a lot of money to a lot of people.
Right.
But if you really think about it, in the amount of time that we spent to save that money.
Right.
And, you know, the...
everything's the sacrifices that we made. Like, I feel like that's super important, too.
We didn't eat out for a really long time. We didn't get our Starbucks back then.
Right. And sometimes you gotta control some of your vices, because like sometimes you want to go out and have your drinks, you want to have hookah, you want to smoke, you want whatever you do,
Your
that's
friends will
you.
still be there.
That's
if
cool.
they're real friends, they'll still be there.
And they'll support your goal, and they'll actually help you towards your goal.
Yes.
So I feel like I told everyone, I was like, you know what? I've been saying this since I was in esthetician school. I just want to start, move across the country and start my own thing, and move to Vegas or move to California. It was one of the two. And I'm just so happy that we did it, and we focused on our why, super important. To find a home before you actually move, that's a lot better. But we didn't do that because we planned it so last minute, literally 3 months before we ended up doing it. So
that's because we were uncertain.
Right.
And even the date that we wanted to move got switched.
Yeah.
We were supposed to move in February, ended up moving in March.
And that was because of our whole car situation. And my advice to you guys is just do that a lot sooner. If you guys have vehicles and you're planning on selling them, I know that some of you guys are like, why didn't you sell the car? Why didn't you just take it with you? You do realize that it costs money to ship those things, right? And if we would have had a vehicle to ship along with our RV, first of all, driving the damn RV was a lot. So driving the RV plus an attachment vehicle, I can't do it. It was just a lot. It would have been too much, especially just because like we pulled a lot into like our RV parks late at night, and just having a vehicle, like guys, it's just, you gotta think long. Like you gotta think like every step that could possibly happen, bathroom breaks, like stopping with the dogs, like things like that. Took so many things into consideration within that time.
Yep.
Planned just $2,000 additional dollars just for gas. Like, so I had to set aside an idea of like a certain thousand, like I want to say it's probably like $3,000 for gas in total. I set an additional $2,000 aside just for gas, because you never know what you're gonna encounter. You don't know if you have tolls, you don't know if you have gas, you don't know if you needed to keep the RV a little bit longer like we did. We had to keep it for like an additional 4 days, and you have to fill the tank up when you return it. So just things like that you definitely want to stay like on top of. You gotta eat, so make sure that you're putting out money for your food on a daily basis, unless you guys are preparing the food on the RV, which can save money.
Which we could have done, but we had all our stuff with us. So
it was just hard to do.
Moving everything every night, we were just so exhausted. We were just grabbing stuff fast that we could eat.
Right. And I mean, if you guys are like, well, how do you like eat healthy? I just had like salads and stuff. I got like the little egg protein boxes and stuff like that from Starbucks. Like, you guys just be smart about your food choices. Like, even if you're going to a burger joint, just eat it without the bun, get a lettuce wrap. Come on, it's 2020 nowadays. I mean, out here in Vegas, it's either Mexican or vegan. Like, everything is either Mexican or vegan. And honestly, I got a problem with that. Y'all know I'm Mexican at heart. I love tacos. Babe loves tacos. This is my little... He feeds
I'm
into
Puerto
my...
Rican, so
yes.
it's in my blood.
He feeds into my wannabe Hispanic side.
Lots of water with us, too. We brought water because, we're bougie. We have our 8.5, 9.5 water that we drink.
Right.
So we had 2 or 3 big 5-gallon jugs. Babe was just filling up her bottle every so often.
Right.
We had a fridge on the RV, so it kept all our leftovers cold.
Right.
And there was a microwave, so when we plugged up at night, we didn't always have to stop because we had leftovers.
Right.
Especially because she only eats a little bit every meal, so yeah.
It was I want to say it was very fun driving the RV. It was definitely an experience. Very fun. It's just, I feel like
it was a little scary.
It was a little scary.
It's a big boy.
Driving around
trucks.
tractor trailers is the hardest. I just take your time, guys. Y'all can make it through if you guys ever do it.
And when it comes to the animals, like she said, when we had stopped, we had like a little baby gate we put out, and they go on the grass. We didn't have any issues with them with eating food at all, which I was concerned about.
The cats were really good, which
they
is
didn't
like
scratch up the RV.
Crazy.
We did get tranquilizers from our vet, which is something you just can ask for, like, just in case.
It's like kitty Xanax.
Yeah, it just kept them calm when we were driving for long periods. Mostly Ziggy and Zoe sat right between us.
Speaking of long periods, like to give you an idea, like how we drove like 6-hour days, 7-hour days sometimes, you guys.
I'd say 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
The longest was 8 hours. We did like 2 or 3 days.
I feel like that was like through the states that we didn't really stop and like, explore anything in. Like if it was just like nothing to really explore, we just decided to dedicate that day strictly to driving, and it was very tiring.
She tried to drive.
I did drive. I drove.
She drove a couple times.
I drove a couple days.
So
it was a little scary though. But I did. No, you guys. I drove too. Okay,
She drove a couple.
I didn't let him drive. Just the whole no. That's ridiculous. Over state lines to state line. 11 states, baby. You think I was letting you drive by yourself?
No, I'm not saying you did, but I drove majority of the way.
I drove. In the process of that happening, so we're coming all the way across the country, right? Really, a week later, everything shut down. They were hiring nobody, and I had no job. And I was like, what the hell? I just signed a lease, and I have no job, no vehicle. Like, I was losing it, you guys. I was so stressed out, and then, like, we just got into our apartment. And I couldn't even be happy about that.
I knew that, well, when I started to lose my shit was when she was so stressed out that she was actually considering turning around and going home. She actually said it. She was like, I don't think we can do this. We need to turn around and go home.
Like, and literally turn the RV around and go back.
I almost threw up my entire like everything was about to I was like, no, we can't do
You guys, I'm so
I'll go
optimistic.
shake my leg on a corner. Like, it was getting there. I'm like, what do I have that I can sell?
I always tell them, like, if I'm focused on something, it's gonna happen.
You
like,
can't knock her
you
focus.
can't knock
That's
my
what I
focus.
love about
And
her.
I'm just like, it's gonna happen regardless. But that moment, like, with just the whole situation with the first house, and us not getting the first house, mind you, when the whole process of us dealing with the property manager, we're still living in the RV. So, like, we were supposed to turn the RV last Friday, and we're moving on Tuesday of the following week.
Every time we called, I was just like, it's me again.
It's like, hey, we just need the RV for a couple more days. Just 2 more days, 2 more nights. And just mind you, it's like $100 every night.
It got to the point that
Every
the people
night.
at the campsite actually were like, we're just going to put your spot on hold for you just in case, because you just keep telling us you're staying.
This move was so out of our control. Just like, you never know what's going to happen. So you can think you could be the one like me that plans everything to a T, but the universe is going to work the way it's supposed to work. And I really wish that now, like, looking back on it, that I just would calm the hell down, because the stress is not worth it.
And
like,
it's funny she's saying this, guys, because you really don't know. I'm like, you know,
the kumbaya. He's so, I'm like, he's
I'm
just like,
it's okay. This is happening for a reason. I'm like, it's gonna work out.
he's like, it's gonna work out.
She
regardless.
just was getting so stressed. She just didn't want to hear me anymore at that point, and that's when we really clashed. We were really arguing a lot.
Clashed. And you know what?
That's when it got really stressful, but
it's a learning experience.
Definitely.
It makes you stronger as a couple. It makes you stronger as a person. It makes you reflect on a lot of, like, your upbringing too, and how you were raised and handle certain situations. Pretty much brings us to where we are at now. And, you know, we've been here for the last 3 months. We absolutely love it. We love just, honestly, I love just going for a walk and just looking up at the sky, seeing the mountains, seeing the palm trees. The heat is beautiful. It's dry heat. It feels like oven heat, if you guys want to know in
hottest
comparison.
It's been is about 108.
Yeah, that we experienced so far. It's about the beginning of July now, so they say that it gets hotter, so we'll see.
We'll see. I just want to end this video here.
Wait, we gotta tell them about our big news today.
Oh yeah, we will share with you what we did today. We did some adulting.
Yes, we adulted.
We adulted.
Like I said, we had to humble ourselves, you guys. We had to humble ourselves. We sold both of our vehicles to move out here, so for the past 3 months, we have been without a vehicle. And I feel like during the pandemic, that's even more stressful because you're getting into strangers' cars on a daily.
Because I've been taking Lyft every day.
Every single day. And
I tried riding a bike, which
that's another
story.
That's a whole
This
other
bike
story.
tried to kill me, guys. Lost a wheel. I lost a brake. I lost my tire. So we just took that thing back. We didn't even bring it up because that's how crazy that was.
That was a death
Yeah,
trap.
I tried riding a bike to work every day because.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, you know what? And you don't ever think that you're too good for something. Like, I said to him, I was like, listen, you better walk to the damn bus stop. You better ride a bike because that's all you gotta do.
And everything can be temporary as long as you make it that way.
Exactly.
If you choose to look at it as something that you're stuck in and that's, oh, I'm never gonna get out of this. This is, woe is me type of stuff. And that's the life you're creating for yourself.
Right.
That's why we talk a lot about manifestation and having the right mindset, making sure you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Not everybody around you, you.
Yes, you really gotta focus a lot on yourself because that helps other relationships. I felt like if I didn't focus on myself first and working on my personal issues and my personal battles, I felt like me and him would clash a lot more, especially along our journey, especially along our transitions, with my weight loss, with his transition, even us moving across the country. It's just like certain things that you have to just reflect and be like, yeah, bitch, that's growth. We finally purchased our new baby today. We got a new car, you guys.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. We haven't named him or her yet. We don't really know what we want to name her.
Still trying out some
But
names.
we got a 2014 Hyundai Tucson. I
Let
said
her
it.
say it because
He makes fun of me
she's
because
been struggling with this Tucson, and we had to take the time to update you guys, keep you guys, you know, in the loop, make
Right.
sure we're not leaving you guys behind, because I know you are concerned about us and want to know that we're doing all right. So
yes, and I
we
want
love
to.
you, appreciate you.
Yes, I really definitely want to thank you guys for just keeping us in your prayers and constantly just
We're
hoping the
gonna say
best for
that
us.
until you're sick of us.
Yes,
So-
I'm gonna keep saying thank you because I don't know what else to say.
It wouldn't be.
And-
this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys.
No, it probably
It
wouldn't.
really
I
wouldn't.
would have lost faith, and you guys literally, like I said, you followed my. You guys followed our journeys on our Instagram, and like those constant, just little reminders, those little messages. Like, you keep going, guys. We're so excited. Oh, we're praying for it. We're hoping for you. Like,
Right.
we love you.
Even though we talk about that, you know, you gotta love yourself, take care of yourself first. We're
Right.
human.
Exactly.
Just like Sierra said, where you came from affects how you think. The way people talk to you as you're growing up, you know,
Right.
the things you were told no, that you couldn't do, that you could do, all these types of things.
Definitely.
It even goes back to your name.
Right.
All these types of things form the person that you are today. So if you do slip up, find yourself getting caught up in those negative thoughts, it's okay. You're normal. You're a human being. You know, it happens. Just don't get stuck there. Because I'll tell you from firsthand experience, being depressed, having anxiety, being overstressed, even having thoughts of, you know, ending your life, things like that, those are not fun to be in.
Right.
Those are not good places to be. So always take care of your mental first thing foremost, and just try your best to plan. Because
Right. Plan it out.
you're never going to get everything you plan.
Then I feel like the number one thing that we got asked is like, how are you doing it? How I wish I could do that. I wish I could. It was like, why
There's
can't
no
you do
answer
it?
how.
It was
We
like
just
this.
did it.
It's just no how. It's just like you figure out the how of getting there. It's
Right.
just like, okay, well, how do you want to get there? You want to fly? You want to walk? I mean, what you want to do?
Baby step at a time.
It's
you don't
like literally
come
plan it
out
out.
of the womb knowing how to run. You gotta
Just do
learn.
your research. Yes, just do your research
Everything in life
and
is
have
that.
faith. Just have faith. And
Yes.
I feel like if you guys keep faith, anything's possible.
Right.
Anything's possible, and it's
Absolutely.
going to work out for itself. So it's just like, don't stress it. I really wish I can go back and just not stress so much and just really like try to enjoy it a lot more. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But that's why I feel like we are together. We're such a strong couple together
We balance each
because
other.
we balance each other very well. Because my upbringing, you know, I had two sides that I lived, but the majority of my life was spent with everything just being available. Opportunities were there. I went to good schools and, you know, all of that type of stuff, but it's like also that stuff was being forced onto me. It was, you know, it wasn't until I got older that I realized like I did those things just to please my parents and to do stuff like that. It wasn't really what I loved to do and what I was passionate about doing, which is another thing that I want all of you to realize. You know, you can say no to your parents. It's okay.
I've been saying no to my parents all my life. Just ask my
See,
dad.
she's different. She's been doing that. But for me, it's like that's something that I've always
You had to learn.
struggled with. I'm a people pleaser. Like, people to me come first. But that's, if I want my life
That's why
to
I
be
love
a certain
him.
way, you have to realize that you come first.
Yes,
It's
always.
not selfish at all.
No,
Because,
and we
like
did this
she
for
said-
us. We did this for us. Literally,
Yes.
like this is gonna answer another question because I know you guys asked this. It's like, do we feel homesick? How do we feel about leaving our family? Like, how do our families feel? And like, you know, with us taking this move, and you know, honestly, I don't have the closest relationship with my parents. I lost my mom a couple years back, and me and my father, we hardly speak at all. But you know, and also his family, like, you know, his family had certain, like a completely different mindset than my family did.
Right.
You know, my stepmother and my sister, my brother, so happy for me, so excited for me. My, you know, my colleagues at work and stuff like that, super excited for me. Doubted there's a lot of doubt in it because they didn't know how the hell we were doing it, and because we didn't have a thorough plan.
But I feel like that doubt also stemmed from their fear.
It also lit the fire under our asses.
And it lit a fire under our ass because we were like, no, we can do that. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, you're the one sitting there that's working this job that you hate.
Right.
You talk about every day how much you hate it. You hate the fact that you're away from your family for this long. We're sitting here trying to do something so that we don't have to live that way.
Right. We're just gonna pretty much wrap up this video right here. I really felt like, you know, we're pretty much thorough with everything. Like, if you guys have any other questions that we kind of missed on, definitely let us know in the comments below. I'm like losing my train of thought, guys. We're so tired. It's gonna be a little bit long, but it's okay. It's definitely gonna be a little bit of a long video, but I know that if you guys stuck around, definitely give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you guys are be notified every single time I upload a new video. Definitely check out our couples channel too. I'll definitely link that down below. You guys can check out some of our vlogs from our vacation. There is one vlog that I think I want to go back and like edit and upload another one, just kind of like, you know, a little ender, because we got a couple little clips in there that definitely didn't make those first two vlogs, and it was just a really long trip, you guys. 11 states in 7 days. Like, it was so much fun.
But we love doing this.
We love this.
Sharing our story with you guys.
I hope that this inspires you guys to move to somewhere that you've always wanted to live. We've always talked about even like getting out of the US and like, you know, going to Europe and things like that.
It's
like,
still a possibility.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if we have kids.
And ultimately having different like homes and I don't know, there's so much to explore out here, and now that we have a vehicle, we're just very excited and grateful for that.
So excited.
Like, guys, stay tuned for the vlogs, stay tuned for the trips, like
the photos, the places we're
so excited. And like I said, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, and we're gonna head and end this video right here, and we will see you guys in the next one. Well, I'll see you guys. Bye.
This is our brand new car. We just got a car.